literally only takes one minor situation to happen to realize like a person never liked you to begin with. They might honestly just admit that they never liked you to begin with. And that's wild. Like, why even fake it? Brianacarly. Hey everybody, it's Bri. Welcome if you're new here. Hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you're returning, welcome back. What's up? We getting real locked in right now. Like, I'm literally so happy for myself because I've been saying I was gonna start doing my story times for years now, and I'll just always constantly put it off. And over the years, like, a lot of other wow stuff happens, so like I'm just full of story time. So I guess I'm ready to tell a few, because why not? This story time is going to be about the time I got my coworker fired, but technically, to be real, she did it to herself, because after a certain situation between us had transpired, like, she just did some wild stuff afterwards. Finally telling some more stories from my big girl age. So this took place at one of my old jobs. It was like a job that I was at for a couple of years. And we were doing warehouse work or whatever, so people came and went. Like, people literally came and went. Like, you know how the turnover rates are in places like that. They don't make it past whatever probationary period when they're a temp and all this. But anyway, it was just whatever. So the temperature of that type of job or whatever, like, you people come and go. But we had all been there I had been there for a while. The girl who this story time is about, she had been there for a good minute or whatever. But this wasn't the first time trouble had found her, I guess. That is beside the point. Like, we were all cool. She was a booster, so anytime she had product, she asking us like, y'all want some? I'm selling it for this, I'm selling it for that. Or how some of them are like, I need a couple of dollars, what you got for this or whatever. So it was kind of like that or whatever. And sometimes, like, she would literally just be like, oh, you can have this or you can have that. Like, how those type of people really don't care about certain stuff. Like, oh, it's nothing to them to pass something out. So every day when you're at work with somebody, you build a little rapport with them. Like, me and her, we were on speaking terms. We would say, hey, like I said, I would buy stuff from her, and we did each other favors here and there, whatever. I thought everything was cool. Everything was cool. But she was definitely cooler, more friends with other co-workers than she was with me. But like, I used to try to come to work and just do my job. If we became friends, that's okay, but I'm here for the check, for real. So I didn't try to do too much. But that's not to say like I didn't have my work friends. Like, I had one of the girls at the time, she was my road dog. And so boom. Mind you, at that time, so it was like I was pregnant. So that was year 2018, because I was pregnant with my daughter. I was at work pregnant, and we were all mingling or whatever. And we're just gonna give her the name Wanda. The girl who ended up getting terminated, her name was Wanda. And then there was my road dog. I don't even have to name her. I'm just gonna call her road dog, because that was my road dog at the time at work. And like, we were like that. Me and road dog really bonded when she was pregnant. Like, I was like work baby daddy. I coordinated her diaper party, all of that. I was at the baby shower. Like, I was buying all type of stuff for her baby. And then during her baby shower was when I basically kind of found out I was pregnant. So locked in. So I'm going to try to explain. We were all working in different departments. Me and road dog worked in the same department in the warehouse. And Wanda worked in a different section, but we were all together. But like, push came to shove, you supposed to be in your work area, whatever. But Wanda always found her way to be in our workstation, because like, I don't know, it was like all of the black women were in our area. So she would come over and talk to the other people that she was closer to, and she would have conversation with me and road dog. And like, she was always in our section when she probably should have been in her own workstation. But that's not our problem. That's her. She got to answer to her manager, right? So boom, we're in our workstation where we belong, and Wanda is over there with us, and she's telling us about some of her peers who are also boosters got booked up, and they're like cracking down because everybody was telling on each other or something like that. So she's telling us that, and we're like, damn, or whatever. And so road dog cracks a joke about like all of them about to get arrested and this, that, and the other. And And so to give a background on Road Dogg, she's like, she kind of hood if you ask me, and she's thick, tall, or whatever, and she looked like she could hold her ground when it comes to getting down. So like she looked like she might be able to beat your ass. So she cracks those jokes, and Wanda's like crickets, nothing, crickets, literally. And so we're all having the same conversation. We're all in the same conversation. Pregnant me, fully pregnant. And I make a comment that this girl did not like. Wanda did not like what I said. And I'm not the type to crack jokes about shit like that. So it had to be along the lines of like, damn, that shit crazy. Like, y'all effed up. Like, that sucks. But anyway, I don't know what it is with people who want to turn up on me and show their ass with me. Maybe because I be chilling and I don't be acting like I'm a rowdy woman out here, but always trying me. So I'm fully pregnant and this lady starts trying to go in on me. So of course we get to going back and forth, this, that, and whatever. Like, I'm like, you ain't just had that same energy for Road Dogg, and she just straight cracked a joke on that situation that you in. Like, actually, I don't give a. And she's still over in our workstation, and she's like, ooh, let me woosah before I have to whoop this ass. And so I'm like, woosah your ass back over to your workstation. So my manager, the manager that's over me and Road Dogg, he gets up like, whoa, what's going on? I'm like, she just needs to go over back to her workstation, because you're not finna come over here and argue with me because you don't like what I said. Actually, you're probably mad what Road Dogg said, but you feel like you could fuss at me because I'm pregnant. Please. So I tell my manager, yeah, just tell her to go back to her station. That's it. So my thing is, don't people argue all the time? Like, people, they have an exchange of words, people heated, and you go on about your business. We might say hey the next day. We work together. Technically we don't, but sometimes we might have to work alongside each other. It's not that deep, right? Well, I was wrong, because I'm thinking we gonna come back to work and get over it, because this woman don't argue with plenty of folks and she be right back talking to them. But when I tell you, when people don't like you and they just been hiding it, they be waiting on an opportunity to show they ass. Because like this lady claims she couldn't stand me from the beginning, and I've never done anything to her, said anything out the way. Like, I'm always cordial with folks at work, and I couldn't tell because like you was bringing me stuff. Like, we talking, what? Like, I don't get it. So of course she blocks me on Facebook. She removes me off the whatever social media we were friends on. And then Road Dogg comes and tells me, she's like, yo, look what she posted or whatever. And so she posted like probably half a paragraph about me, and she tagged our workplace. She put hashtag workplace, whatever our workplace was. And so this went to their hashtag on Facebook. When you click on our company's website, you see all corporate events, like sponsorships and all the important things about our company. You see all of the technological accomplishments, all of that type important stuff. And then there's her status, because she did hashtag our company's name in this paragraph, like half a paragraph about me. And what she said was, there's this at work, I couldn't stand her from the beginning. When she dropped that baby, I'm beating her ass in the parking lot on site. Like, it was literally like that. And she tagged our company's name. So I'm like, what? Bro, I was shocked, because like, bro, it's not that deep. It's literally not that deep. So me, I'm like, bro, you don't even have to be in my work area. We work in totally different departments. Our departments are near each other, but there's absolutely no reason for neither one of us to be in each other's department unless instructed by the manager, which rarely happens. So I tell Road Dogg, send me the screenshot. Send me the screenshot right now. And I go and I tell my manager, I'm like, I thought the argument was literally going to be like this one and done thing, and we would be talking the next day or a couple of days later, but she brought it here. So I would like for you to make sure she does not come to my work area, because I'm always in my work area. Make sure she doesn't come here. By her already kind of being a like kind of trouble at work, and like the attendance was poor and just not an overall great worker, they were like, So my manager ended up, like, our manager was so cool. Like, I literally just showed him that so he could tell her, like, yeah, stay over there. If you on that type of time, just stay in your own work area. But they were so sick of her caca that he told her manager. And so they reported it above them, right? And it's funny because her work friends, the people who work with us, they told her, yo, you need to remove that. It's not a good look, especially you tag the company site. And you know, she's being an asswipe, she's being stubborn. She's like, I'm not removing nothing, I'm keeping it up there. So she did not remove the status. She kept the status up there like the entire because I worked second shift, so the entire night, and I think probably into the next morning. So when I get to work during my shift the next day, the managers pull me in and they're like, we saw that that was inappropriate. She attacked the company site, which was totally out of line. What do you want us to do with her? First off, what y'all not about to do is put that ball in my court. I'm not gonna be the reason nobody loses their job. I'm not gonna say, you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all already know what y'all want to do with this woman, which I don't necessarily feel threatened. I mean, she talking about find me after I had my baby, but at the same time, like, I didn't think it was as deep. Like, I just don't want her in my work area. Like, if you feel like you want to fight me on site, just stay out of my work area. So I told both of the managers, like, I just don't want her in my area anymore. Like, there was absolutely no reason for her to be in my area to begin with. Especially if it's going to be like that. She just needs to stay where she works at. So basically, it was no point in them asking me what I wanted to happen because, yo, they got rid of her. And it's like her manager, who was also a cool manager, it was like he was trying to be cool. He was trying to make exceptions. Like, there was plenty of incidents where she probably should have been gone already. But this was just icing on the cake. So, yeah. They, like, what really did it for her, it wasn't even that she said that about me. Like I said, I just want to have it on my workstation. But the reason why they carried it out the way that they did is you cannot say something like that and tag our company's name. That is literally showing on the company's hashtags profile. Like, you posted that ignorant ass status about another coworker and tagged us. That's literally against every core value they claim to have as a company. And you just tag them in straight foolishness. So if I hadn't have told my manager to keep her in an area because of the status and like she's basically threatening me, she would have got a talking to anyway and probably got fired because there's the hashtag from your first and last name and you're already an employee they kind of looking for a reason to get rid of. So I just feel like that situation was so wild, right? But here's the kicker, like how we don't be tripping later on about stuff, because a couple of years ago, one of my old co-workers from the job, she had wished me a happy birthday. And Wanda got on the status and she's like, happy birthday, even though you got me fired. And so it's funny because we could laugh about it now, but technically I did not get her fired. I just was from talking to my manager, like, just make sure she stay over there so it won't be no problems. I came here for a check, not a fight. And it escalated to that because she tagged the company's name. Because I just want to add, because I am not one to play with anyone's livelihood. So that's why I was just like, no, y'all don't got to do no getting rid of her, but just keep her away from me. But like I said, they did exactly what they wanted to do, what they had been waiting to do. And they finally found something that was just like a clear way out. So, you know, some people's logic, like her own, would say, I got her fired, but I did not. You can't be at work behaving like that. You can't be threatening people. And where you messed up at was just tagging the company's name. So there's no bad blood, but that is the story time on how I got my coworker fired. I didn't do nothing. I was there to work. I ain't do nothing. Because I feel like arguments happen and we could have went past it. We could have been buying each other lunch the next day. I don't care. But when I tell you these workplaces, especially warehouses, be so messy, it's crazy. Because I got a couple of other story times that eventually come. But yeah, if you like this video, leave me a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in my next one. Brianna.